Hey, how are you guys? I am coming to you again. This is Rochelle from South Florida, and I am going to chat with you today about what's next. So maybe you found yourself almost finished with the 24-day challenge, or maybe you are looking to kind of figure out how to reach those goals or kind of maintain where you're at. And so I am going to share with you a little bit about what's next. And so some of you may have already kind of watched some of my other videos or heard a little bit about my story about how I've been able to lose 50 pounds. I've been able to maintain my weight for the last 3 years and keep it off, feeling my best and having really good balanced energy, keeping the weight off, sleeping better. And listen, I'm not perfect, so I know when I've incorporated something into my regimen, I know what that's going to do to me and how I'm going to feel afterwards. And one of the things I'll share with you is, and I've heard from so many people, and my trainer back in Virginia always said it, you cannot out-train a bad diet. And I will tell you that there are so many people that I have seen, out in the world of fitness who they never tend to see their bodies change, or they're trying their best to do everything they can to stay on track, but we've got to be consistent, and that's just not consistent with supplements. That's consistent with food. And if you have the ability to incorporate exercise, those three things are just going to catapult you to the next level of what your body is designed to feel like. And everybody comes to this for different reasons, so you have to find what makes your body feel the best and stay consistent. And if you fall off track, try to remember where you felt your best at and stay consistent. And so I'm going to go over a little bit of a product regimen, and we'll kind of go from there, and I'll give you some tips and tweaks when I kind of fall off what kind of best puts me right back on track. So what we maintain or continue on, I pretty much, if you're on the challenge right now, I would say stay on those days 11 through 24, that max phase, we call it sometimes the magic phase. That is going to give you, the best feeling, results, maintenance. That'll keep you consistent. So that's going to consist of your M&S, which is our fantastic strip pack. That is a game changer. Also, you've got your Spark, and by this time, you may decide to upgrade, if you haven't already, to the canister. You get more bang for your buck here. So you're getting more servings, better value, less cost. So the canister is what we upgrade to. So we have kind of like our multi-flavors of canisters that we choose from. So you've got your M&S, you've got your Spark, and then your shakes. And so whatever flavor is your jam, that's what you stick with. And so this is kind of like the staple phase. This is what I stay on. This is my life staple, and I love it. I've done it for 3 years. Makes me feel great. I'm not changing it because it works. So that's kind of the staple. Catalyst is another staple for me. I know I've talked about Catalyst before. It's the branched chain amino acids, fantastic lean muscle promoter and protector. So this is a staple for me. So I am going to chat about, well, maybe I'm kind of looking at adding a few more things to my regimen. Also, I forgot to mention Omegaplex. Those are ones that kind of was part of our staple regimen. So maybe you decided you felt really great on the cleanse, and maybe some of that bloat has come back and you're not quite sure why. You may be someone like me that doesn't have the most greatest digestional system, and you might find benefit in continuing on the fiber. Fiber is safe to use every day. I will tell you, for me and my routine and what makes me feel best is I do about a half a packet of fiber every day or every other day, and I just mix it in with my Spark. This keeps my belly from having bloat. I like it. I love my fiber. And I'm going to go over a few other products as part of the routine. This is part of my daily staple right here. This is Muscle Gain. I incorporate this as a snack every day. Strategically, I will put it in right after I work out. And on days that I don't work out, it's an afternoon snack. I add a half a banana to it. I personally will just blend mine with 4 cubes of ice and about 6 ounces of water. 2 scoops. Sometimes I put in some non-fat yogurt for extra protein. The Greek yogurt, it just no sugar added, that kind of thing. It just kind of depends on what I have in my refrigerator. So that, I love Muscle Gain. This is an everyday for me. Another thing that AvoCare came out with in August or July was our AvoGreens. I add about a half a scoop of this to my Muscle Gain. It's just a really great way to get in those phytonutrients. I'll be honest, I'm not a great vegetable eater. I try. I'm just not so this is just, getting those extra servings of phytonutrients for me. If you're someone like my husband who struggles getting in snacks, he is in the construction industry and he is hopping from job site to job site. This is his jam. He loves them. I love bars, don't get me wrong, but I like real food. So I personally have the ability to make real food meals and snacks. But if you don't and you're stuck between a rock and a hard place, this is better than 1, the drive-through or the Quickie Mart, and 2, it's better than nothing at all. So VO2 is my husband's probably his favorite. It's a blueberry flavor. We've got the apple cinnamon, which I actually do in the morning with kind of like my pre-breakfast. This is kind of like my snack before I get the kids ready and going before I have my shake. DB9 bar is fantastic. It's like a caramel almond, and then the chocolate peanut butter meal replacement bar. So these are our staple, especially for my husband. I'm going to go over a few other supplements, 2 of these amazing products, which you might find fantastic for the holidays. I know that I find these fantastic from, let's see here, school starts September and it ends in June. So these are September to June for me. Clear Mood is amazing. My husband was the first person that started using this. I may have told him he needed to. And then eventually I caught the light and vision of what Clear Mood does for me and how it makes me a better person. And it's exactly what it says, Clear Mood. Oasis. Oasis is fantastic. Antioxidants, adaptogens. I do shake my Oasis up in a shaker bottle and I put it in a wine glass. Sometimes it tricks my mind in thinking I'm having a glass of wine. It's the same color as red wine. It's like a blueberry taste. It's really good. Heat it up in the mornings. It's like blueberry tea. You stick in a cinnamon stick. It's amazing. This just kind of relaxes my shoulders, helps me be less stressed. So depending on during the day when I need it, I stick it in. And the other day, I completely put these 2 together, the AvoGreens and the Oasis, hot, before I went to bed. It was so good. So that's another one. Carbies is fantastic around the holidays. 2 of these puppies right before I'm about to have a glass of wine or a piece of cake or pizza or turkey and stuffing. So Carb Ease is going to block the absorption of carbs. I tell people not to make this a daily habit because honestly, I would like to see people fix nutrition instead of pop a pill to not absorb carbs. But there are times when carbs you don't want to say no. And so pumpkin pie and a really nice glass of red wine, Carbies is in my regimen. I know I've said it like a broken record that I don't have the greatest digestional system. So Digesties is a staple for me. I take one of these before I go out to eat anywhere because I have no idea, no matter how I order my food or how snobby, so to speak, I am with the chef of saying don't do this or don't do that or cross-contamination this or that. Digesties is fantastic, and it's got everything that you need to kind of feel good through the gut. Ginger is one of them, and ginger helps settle my stomach. So this is great for someone who might be irritated with certain foods, especially when you go out to eat. And I saved the best for last. Nighttime recovery. I mean, I could do a whole segment on nighttime recovery. So nighttime recovery is fantastic. I was introduced to this at first because of sore muscles after I work out. It helps break down the lactic acid. Nighttime recovery has magnesium in it. Magnesium helps hydrate your muscles because, you can drink so much water, but if your muscles get to the point of dehydration, water just really doesn't touch them, and magnesium will help hydrate that. And this also helps attack your body fat while you sleep. So this alone should make you want to go out and get a bottle of this. You take the capsules per weight. So it'll tell you on the side of the bottle how many you take. I take 3 a night, between 131 and 170 pounds. So 3 of these puppies at night, every night, whether I work out or not, I take this. So that kind of completes my segment of what's next. So ideally, just to kind of recap, if you're finishing out your cleanse and you're liking the way you feel and you've still got goals to reach, or you want to maintain where you're at, stick on that staple of the M&S and the Spark and the shakes. If you find yourself caught between a rock and a hard place and you've kind of fallen off track and you need support, reach out to the person helping you. Contact me. And you may find that you need to be a little bit more regimented and maybe logging your food for like a week to kind of see where your downfalls might be, or your losses. Like maybe you're not getting enough protein, or maybe you're getting too much sugar. So MyFitnessPal is a great app that I have been utilizing for the last 2 weeks because even though I was still taking my staples and feeling good, I could tell my body wasn't performing like it needed to be, because between, like June, July, all the way until October, I was just kind of in that, like, I wasn't paying enough attention to my body like I needed to be. So MyFitnessPal helped me get back on track with logging my calories and making sure that my nutrients, I was hitting the protein and not going over on the carbs and sugar and stuff like that. And then if it's your time again, every 90 days, I stick in that 10-day cleanse. That keeps me honest. And here's what I'll say about that, and then we'll just finish there, is I look at the 10-day cleanse and do it 4 times a year. So 40 days out of 365 days, I'm strict. I try to be like spot on with everything. And then the rest of the year, in between my, 10-day cleanses, I'm about an 80-20. Sometimes I'm 70-30, or I slack to 60-40. And then I know it's time. It's probably, if I look at the clock, look at the date, it's about time to stick that 10-day cleanse back in there. So again, I hope you found this very informational. And, if you have any questions, definitely don't hesitate to reach out. You guys have a great day.